Welcome to another review show special, and this week we are reviewing ProMystic.
Yeah, 100%. Now as Alakazam, have tried to get ProMystic line in for so long, and then a few years ago we actually managed to sort of get a deal where we're now a supplier of official ProMystic products.
Yeah. So I first met Craig Filicetti maybe 12 years ago, or maybe even longer than that, at Magic Live. And I remember picking up a real dice, and it's been with me ever since. I've used it for years, and it did cost me a fortune, you know, back then, because it was one of the old ones that you couldn't recharge or anything else. And mine will die at some point, and when it's died, it's gone.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to buy another one because I would not be able to live without it. But I've always said, and I want to say this before we get into this review show, when you're making an investment into a product like this, the thing that I believe is of most importance is the after sales care. Now, there are two companies I've dealt with in particular during my career of working with this stuff that I 100% stand behind, and they are ProMystic and they are Labco. Now, we've dealt with both Craig Filicetti and Soren, and their customer service is impeccable. Now, if there's ever a problem, which is very, very rare, with either of these companies, they solve that problem.
Oh yeah.
There's
no faffing around.
There's no questions, no quibbles. And that, to me, when you're making this sort of investment, is what's important.
100%.
So I want to get that out there straight away and say that we stand behind these products and those companies 100%.
Yeah, 100%. Now, obviously, just whilst we quickly mentioned the price point, obviously, when you are talking about products like this, the price point is higher. And I know a lot of people are hobbyists and they might not be able to justify spending that money. However, when you get your first product that's like this, not only do you realise the quality of it is unbelievable, but you will fall in love with performing type like effects like this or products like this. The reactions you get are second to none. And that's why we perform, right? To get the reactions. Seriously, there's no real comparison with the reactions. When you do something like this, it is just different. They can't go back anywhere. It's surefire. It's just feels so free and fair that I don't think you should look at these that they're just for professional workers and things like that. Obviously, they are a higher end item, but hobbyists we know that come in the store pick these up and they're their favourite things they've ever bought. You know, they're always on the fence to start with. Completely valid as a higher priced item, but as soon as they get it, they are in love with it, and like you did with Real Die, you kind of can't live without it once you've got it. It's fantastic.
Yeah. So we've got 4 products we're going to talk to you about today. And I will say, if these products interest you, I'm not sure if this is for our worldwide audience, but we've got something on our website called Klarna, which does mean you can split the payment over 3 months.
Yeah.
So that's just to help you out there. But I will say the first one I want to talk about today is one that I've never played with before, but you've just seen a performance, or you're going to see a performance of me doing it. So this is with about a minute's worth of practice. And I like it so much that I'm going to get myself one. And that is Finders Keepers.
It's so good, isn't it?
Really good. And there's another benefit we'll talk about with these items in a moment, which is this.
Oh yeah.
But we'll talk about that in a minute. But let's have a little look at the performance of Finders Keepers. How to catch someone out if they're lying. I've got Emma here. Emma, you've worked for me for 3 years, really? Now, in that time, I've been studying you.
I've never lied.
Well, I think I could tell if you were lying anyway. So even when you do, I think I know it.
Okay.
And we're going to test that out. Also, well, for that, we're going to use this. This is a key to the cash tin. All right?
Yeah.
This is something very close to my heart. And in a moment, you're going to lie or tell the truth as to where that key is.
Okay.
And it's going to be in one of your hands. But you have worked here for a long time. And I think you probably picked up some skills that you don't even know you have. So we'll try
Oh.
this out. Hold your hand out. Going to place the keys on your hand. Now, inside that fob, I've written one word from the English language, right?
Okay.
Now, if I asked you to, do you think you could tell me what that word was?
No.
I told you, there's something about you that's really special. The word is no. You are a genius. I'll tell you what, take the key, put it behind your back, and you're going to mix it into any hand. Whenever you're ready, bring both your hands up and put them on your chest like this. Okay? Now, one of those hands contains the key, the other one doesn't. Whenever you're ready, you're going to bring just one hand forward. It could be the one that contains the key and the one that doesn't contain the key. It's up to you. Whenever you're ready, just bring one hand forward for me. Straight out. Perfect. Now look at me and just say yes or no. Now you can lie or you can tell the truth. Does that hand contain the key?
No.
Okay, you're lying. Just drop it. Right, so that's how it works. You were a bit obvious that time, so you're going to have to try again.
How was I?
Anyone that was watching would be able to see how you gave that away. Put it behind your back. We'll do it again. This time, keep a straight face. Bring your hands up to your chest. And think about it before you bring the hand out, because most people will bring the same hand out again to try and throw me off. Some people will switch. Think about it. And whenever you're ready, you're going to bring a hand forward, but don't take your eyes off me. Okay? Now, once again, lie or tell the truth. Does that hand contain my key?
Yes.
Yeah, you're telling the truth that time. That's perfect. But I tell you what, you're giving a lot away by your eyes. All right? Everything I need to know, you're telling me. So this time, I'm going to try and do it just by listening to your voice.
Okay.
Put them behind your back. Mix them up. I'm not even going to look.
Yep.
And I'll tell you what, if I get this wrong this time, you can have the contents of that tin.
What if you just emptied it?
Well, there's still a couple of pence in there. Put them behind your back.
Yep.
Whenever you're ready, bring them up to your chest.
Yep.
Tell me when they're there.
They're there.
Now, I want you to clear your mind of absolutely everything.
Yep.
Okay? Now, do me a favour. Are you happy with the hand you got it in, or would you like to mix them up again?
No, I'm happy.
Okay, bring any hand forward. And tell me, does that hand lie or tell the truth? Does that hand contain the key?
No.
And I don't think it does. That is perfect. I'll take the key. I'll keep my money. You can get back to work.
Thanks.
Thank you. Off you pop. And that is Finders Keepers. So that was Finders Keepers. I love it. I love it as a sort of EDC.
Yeah.
I think it's great.
Well, we had these before. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really understand what the routine was because I hadn't seen it.
Yeah.
And then Jamie got one and performed it, and I was like, wow, that is really good. And I can imagine if you're at a family party, you've got everyone around it, you're in another room or you're turned around, they pass it to someone, you know who's got it. It's fantastic.
Yeah. Honestly, it's such a great little device.
Yeah.
And I really love Jamie's little idea, because the set I was using there was Jamie's set. Jamie's idea of putting the no on the thing. It's a really light-hearted moment. Now, I'm not sure whether I would start with that or end with it as a sort of light-hearted end and a full stop to the routine. Because if I don't mention it when I put it in their hands, they're not going to take any notice of it. And then at the end, then you do it. I tell you what, one thing you didn't notice was there was one word written on that. Do you think if I thought about it, you could read my mind and tell me what it was? And then they say no, and you go, oh my God, you're amazing.
Yeah.
And then that's a lovely, light-hearted full stop to the whole routine.
Yeah.
But I think that's a really nice little touch to it. Now, the other thing I wanted to say as well is the nice thing about ProMystic is they all work with what we call a PRM or PMR. PMR. Now, the great thing is once you own one of these, you don't have to buy another one, because all the units will work with this one PMR.
They'll automatically pair.
Yeah, they automatically pair to it. So it means you don't have to have all of these and then different receivers on you. You just use the one and you're ready to go. Now, where this is good for,
Well, I will just quickly say as well,
Yeah.
to be fair, all of these things can be performed close up, walk around, organically, on stage, every single one of them, and they're all super easy. So an absolute beginner could do all of them. So
Okay.
that kind of does.
so we don't have to go through that with all of them. You're going to know now that any skill level can do it.
Yeah,
Any skill level will want to do it because the reactions are incredible.
yeah,
And they can be performed in any setting, from street magic
Yeah.
to stage.
yeah,
You
100%.
can do it.
I will say as well, the great thing with having a PMR receiver as opposed to a display or something like that is that you don't have magician's guilt. You haven't got
Yeah.
to look anywhere. You haven't got to secretly peek something, which means whenever I'm performing, I normally, if I'm doing MD Mini or whatever, I'm talking to people as they're changing it. I haven't then got to secretly look in my top pocket or do this, because you could, not that you would, but you could get caught out if you've got to look somewhere because you have to do something. Whereas my hands are free. I can close my eyes. I can get someone to put their hands over my eyes. I don't have to do anything. You know, they can put one person hands over my ears, over my eyes, whatever.
Yeah.
You don't have to like look or listen to anything. It's fantastic. It's brilliant, isn't
Yeah.
it? All the line is fantastic.
Yeah, that is great.
But yeah, Finders Keepers is superb. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've never seen it before. I think I will get one because that is brilliant.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to get one. So the next product we're going to move on to is probably the best-selling
Yeah.
ProMystic product ever, and you don't need a PMR for it.
You do not need a PMR for this
It's
one. No.
totally self-contained, and it's called Flux. And let's take a look at the video. How to read someone's mind. Wayne,
Hello.
I want you to imagine that you've got a week's holiday.
Okay.
Okay, and we're going to make some decisions. Before we do, I have got a prediction inside this envelope, which we'll get back to in a moment. And in my pocket, I have got a £1 coin. You take hold of that, put the pound behind your back, and I want you to mix the pound up into any hand for me.
Okay.
Okay, bring your hands out. Now, if the coin is in this hand,
Yeah.
I want you to imagine that the holiday we're going to go on is abroad.
Okay.
Okay. If the coin is in this hand, we're going to have sort of a stay-at-home holiday. We're going to go somewhere in the UK.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
So if it's in this hand, we're going to go by plane. This hand, probably by car or coach.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
So whatever it is, that's what we're going to do. So which hand is the coin in? Okay. So we're going away somewhere far.
Yeah.
Okay. Put them behind your back again. Bring them out. So in this hand, we're going to go to, let's say, I don't know, pick a destination in the world.
Paris.
Paris. And this hand will go a bit further. Let's go to Las Vegas.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So what have we got? So we're going to Las Vegas.
Nice.
Brilliant. Put your hands behind your back. And whenever you're ready, bring them out.
Hold on. Yep.
Okay, so if it's in this hand, we are going to go and watch wherever we are. Let's pick one of my favourite magicians, David Copperfield.
Okay.
And if it's in this hand, we're going to go and see a performance of Oliver.
Okay.
Okay, where is it? So we're going to see
David Copperfield.
David Copperfield. So we're going away by plane.
Yep.
Where are we going?
Vegas.
And what are we going to see?
Copperfield.
You made all the choices.
Yep.
Take a look at my prediction. I will take this back. Thank you very much. And inside there is a postcard from Las Vegas.
Greetings from Las Vegas. Happy holidays.
What's it say on the back?
Enjoy the show, David Copperfield. Very nice. That's
And
amazing.
there you go. So that was a video of Flux. Now, I'm going to say the witch hand
Yeah.
is a really popular genre in mentalism.
Yeah.
And the interest was sparked by Darren Brown's witch hand routine. And I will say, I was probably one of the first people in the world to see Darren perform witch hand live. And I tell you, this is going back over 20 years. Duncan Trillo, that owns and runs Magic Week, used to hold a very small convention in London.
Right.
I think it was called Mind Magic.
Okay.
There was about 100 attendees, and every year you would go there. That was the first time I got to witness Graham Jolly,
Oh wow.
who done a whole stand-up set.
Nice.
And a special guest one year was Darren Brown, and this was before his TV show had come out.
Right.
So they were filming the show, but it hadn't come out. So we knew, a lot of us knew who Darren was because he had already entered the international competition where he done mind reading and stuff like that, and he started to make a name for himself within the magic community.
Yeah.
And he stood up and he performed Witch Hand to the audience there, to all the mentalists there. And I will tell you, we were all fooled beyond compare. Like, no one had a clue how he was doing it.
Yeah.
And to this day, Darren has never really revealed his actual method for that. So since Darren performed that, people have been searching for the perfect version of this witch hand effect. And not long after that, and I'm not sure, Jamie might be able to correct me here, but I think in Darren's first stage show, he done witch hand with the whole audience. Was it the first one? Yeah. So he played it, he got someone up on stage, and then he got, were you there? Did you come with us to see the first one?
I think I've seen them all, but maybe not.
He got the whole audience to stand up, and he got us all to get a coin out of our pockets, I think, and he would have someone up on stage, and then he would film it with a person on stage, and then he would say, okay, so if your coin's in the same hand as this person, stay standing up, everyone else sits down, because you're all fooling me, or, you know, you're all trying to fool me. But he got the whole entire audience, which was, I don't know, 1,000-seater, 1,500-seater theatre, standing up to do this thing. And it played huge. And when the people were sitting down, I heard them around me going, oh my God, yeah, no, he really called me out on that one. And everyone thought he was playing it with them and it was really happening. It's such a strong routine. It's, you know, for a 50-50 choice, very impactful.
That's what I was going to say, you know. A lot of people think, 50-50 is not that strong. People go, oh, well, it's just that. But honestly, the strongest routines can be just a 50-50 because it's easy for people to understand. And even things like Swindle. I mean, whenever we perform Swindle, we can do anything else after. We could do a card trick that's 1 in 52. They'll still think, well, what if I chose the other one, Swindle? Yeah. It's just sublime. It's so strong. It's unbelievable. And especially with something like Flux, because it's so organic. You don't. It looks like you've got nothing on your person. You can just use a coin or a dice. Do you know what I mean? It's fantastic. It's brilliant.
We will say that the item you use is gimmicked and you don't get that with it.
Oh, that's correct.
So you do need a magnetic coin or a magnetic dice or something like that to work with it. So just to be clear, inside there you're getting the Flux device, but you also need to get hold of one of these other gimmicks. Yeah. What I used to do when I used an older version, it wasn't Flux, it was a version come out a few years ago. I used to get a sort of ball magnet and wrap it in, you know, those singular Malteser sweets.
Oh yeah.
So I say we're going to play for a sweet. You're going to put, you know, and me and my sister used to play this game. She used to hide a sweet. If I could guess where it was, I could get it. If I didn't, she would get to eat it. I got really good at this. And then at the end of it, I would take it back and go, so that's mine. Yeah, nice. And then put it in my pocket and go, only joking, you can have it.
Lovely.
And at which case I've switched it for the real sweet.
It's really good. And it tells you heads or tails. It tells you so much. But yeah, what I will say as well, the difference between Finders, Keepers and Flux is Finders, Keepers, you can be a lot further away. Yeah. Finders, Keepers is more of, if you're doing it one person, obviously you can do which hand, but you can also say obviously who's got that item. Whereas with Flux, you can still do that, but you have to be obviously a lot closer. Yeah. With Flux.
And you couldn't do, whereas with Finders, Keepers, you could do the whole thing with your back turned. Yeah. You could do it standing across the other side of the room. Yeah. With, like you said, with Flux, you're facing them. Yeah. And there is a proximity. You are close to them. Yeah. There might be some touchy-feely stuff going on as well. But it doesn't mean it only has to play one-on-one because you can play it to everyone. Why don't you all play along You know, if you're doing like a parlour or stage
Yeah,
show.
and it never looks dodgy. You know, you say, yes or no, is the item in this hand?
Yeah.
No, and already I now know. Okay, it's either in that one or it's not. Like I can tell. I don't have to go. I don't have to do that. You know, just by going right. Yes or no, is it in this hand? Okay. Yes or no, is it in that hand? You don't. Once you've done one, you don't need to go near the other one. So it's it's fantastic. It's brilliant.
So that is without a doubt for us at least ProMystic's bestseller because as soon as we get stock of these, they sell out in a few days.
Yeah.
So if it's a routine you want to perform, this is a great way of doing it. It's called Flux. It's ProMystic. Absolutely superb.
And gimmick, self-contained, is about that big.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tiny. But yeah, that's brilliant. Next one is one of my favourites as well, actually.
It's the MD Mini.
Let's have a look at it.
So we're going to play a little game using one of these. Have you seen one of these before?
Not as little as that.
Hey, it's not the size, it's how you use it, all right? So what I'm going to ask you to do, in a minute, you're going to put any colour you want face up, okay?
Okay.
And then you're going to put your hand over it. Now, Wayne can see, just not me, all right? So any colour you want face up, then your hand over it. Don't let me see, let Wayne see, all right? Go for it. Let me know when you're done. I'll turn away. Any colour you want face up.
Yep.
Good. Now, I'm always going to give you this chance. Do you want to change your mind?
No.
Are you sure?
Positive.
And do you like this colour?
Yes.
So it's red then, yeah?
Oh!
Definitely red? So can I be entirely honest? It's the red matte, all right? So I was hoping that the only colour over here was going to be something that drew you to it. We've also got a red playing card over here. So if you look, it's the only colour that stands out, all right? But now that you know that, I can try and catch you out, all right? But in doing so, I want you to catch me out. Go for a colour that you do not think I'll go for, all right? So go for it. Any colour you want on top, and then hand over it.
Yep.
Good. Now, once again, I'm always going to give you a chance to change your mind. Do you want to change your mind? No, because I just gave you that instruction, I think you've tried to catch me out and you kept it on red, haven't you? You didn't change your mind. See, I'm pushing you into these things. Now, people always think that maybe there's a trick to this, maybe there's a mirror, maybe there's cameras, all right? So I'm going to let you read someone else's mind. You're going to read Wayne's mind. Have you ever read his mind before?
No.
She seems happy about that, Wayne, not going to lie. So, Wayne, we are both going to turn away. Me and Emma are going to turn away. I want you to put the cube on the mat, put your hand over it, pick any colour you want. Now, here's the thing. Obviously, don't let me see, but she looks dodgy as, all right? So really make sure she does not see. Right? She's not denying it, though. She's not denying it. So we're going to look away, Emma. Any colour you want on top. And then when you're done, put your hand on top.
Yep.
Good. Right, before we turn back, number one, do you want to change your mind?
No.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Number two, are you happy I haven't seen?
Yep.
Are you happy, more importantly, that Emma hasn't seen?
Yep.
Good. Emma, face forward for me. So here's what's going to happen, Emma. In a minute, you're going to put your fingers in your ears, okay?
Okay.
And block out as much noise as you can. Then I'm going to tap you on the forehead, concentrate on what the voices in your head say. Okay?
Okay.
So fingers in your ears now. Good. I want you to focus. And Wayne, I want you to imagine that right now you can reach inside her brain and put a thought in there, a voice that only she can hear, something telling her exactly what that colour is, something that only she will know. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Good. So Emma, take your fingers out your ears. Did you hear the voice?
Yes.
The voice in your head?
Yeah.
Not in your ears?
No.
No. What did the voice in your head say?
Yellow.
What did you pick? Yellow.
Oh!
And you're definitely hearing voices in your head.
Wow.
Okay, I'm worried. I'm really worried
You're
for
worried.
you.
I'm very worried.
So that performance, you're actually seeing two ProMystic things being used at once. You're getting the MD Mini, which is the little cube, which is the same as, like I said, I cannot live without my real dice. MD Mini is basically the same thing, but instead of being a dice, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it's colours.
Yeah.
Okay, now a lot of people prefer MD Mini because you can do a lot more with colours than you can with a dice.
Yeah,
really,
you can do
or
you can do a colour match of it. You can get them to picture a scene using this picture. Even like I know it's silly, but like a blank canvas, and painting it, and it's just more visual. I prefer that to a dice, purely because I think it's clearer in your head.
Yeah.
However, I know a lot of people prefer a dice because it's a serious item. You know, okay, you're going
And
to roll
every
the
day,
dice.
yeah,
Yeah,
roll the
exactly
dice.
that.
But there are other things you can do because of MD Mini. You can expand it a lot more. I want you to walk into your house. You're going to see something that's the same color as the color you picked.
Yeah.
What was it you thought of? My kettle. Okay. Well, imagine walking into your kitchen, seeing okay, I can see you've got a red kettle, right? And then so you're expanding it a bit like that. So that's the MD Mini. Basically, any color they put it on, you're going to be able to tell them what that color is. Beautiful effect, and believe you me, it is super powerful. Really, really powerful.
I've honestly ended up doing weddings or gigs where I've just done like Extreme Burn, Invisible Deck, and MD Mini because all of them are impactful, powerful, and MD Mini. Everybody wants to see it, and they drag you here, drag you there, drag you. Oh, I want to do it again. Can they do it? Can I try it? Can I try it? And honestly, they never get bored of seeing it. It's a safety net. If you turn up to a gig or a venue or a family gathering and they want to see magic, and there's less people than you thought would be there, or for any reason you have to perform more than you sort of initially had intended to, MD Mini is great because you can do it time and time again. It never gets boring because it's a new battle or a new challenge or a new time every time you do it. You're doing it with someone new.
Yeah,
No, it's
and I will say
super.
something that's slightly annoying for me. I've got over it now. Is I actually bought Harry his first MD Mini when he started performing, and every time he went out to perform, I said, "Have you got your MD Mini?" "No, I'm not taking it. No, I'm not taking it. No, I'm not taking it." One day he took it, and what did you ring me up and say? Probably one of the best things I've ever done.
Yeah. Great. That is what I said. And I stick by that as hell.
Yeah.
No, it's true. I should have listened and I should have done it from day one. However, I think it was a real learning experience. Like I'd done all my other stuff, and then when I had to listen, I was like, bloody hell, that is a level above.
It's super strong, and it's super strong for something you're not really doing anything for.
Yeah.
So, and if you're performing with the MD Mini, once again, you need a PMR.
Yeah.
So you need that. But there was another thing that Jamie was using in that video, and it's something called Inception. Now, Inception was the device that allowed Jamie to implant the colour into Emma's mind. Now, if you own an Inception, you do not need a PMR.
Correct. That acts as a PMR for any of the other items.
Yeah. And the thing it does, which is really nice, and I think it comes preloaded on Inception, is the colours for MD Mini.
Yeah.
And it comes, does it come, because Jamie uses Inception all the time, so I'm going to ask Jamie the question because I don't use it. Does it come with any other preloaded ones that go with
It's got
the
ESP
set?
symbols, isn't it, or not?
It's got ESP symbols, colours, and it's got a general, but I'm not sure it's on the general. But it's super easy to put your own on.
Works like a memory stick, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Works essentially like a memory
plug
stick.
it in, put them on, ready.
Yeah.
Well, I know in your Halloween shows, you will record your own messages that you would then implant into your spectator's mind as well. So it's totally customizable.
Yeah.
But it's
you literally drag and drop.
Yeah.
You drag and drop.
Yeah, like a memory stick.
Yeah.
But it can deliver that information to them, or it can deliver it to you. So you can use it as a standard PMR. It's expensive if you only wanted to use it at that. You might as well get a normal PMR. But you've now got the ability that when someone chooses a colour, you don't even have to know what this colour is. You're doing absolutely nothing. But that colour can now be implanted into your spectator.
They talk to each other, don't they? Now, the thing I love about it as well is not only do they talk to each other, but the device is so smart that it sort of does it itself. So even depending on the orientation, so if you've got it vertical, then it's going to work as your normal receiver, so you're going to get the information. As soon as you turn it, it's now going to sort of feed that into the other person's head. So it's genius. You don't have to click anything. It's also easy to switch between different things or routines. So, for example, if you've got, I think you can have 6 routines stored on there, for example, and in each one, there's different outcomes. So let's just say your MD Mini set up as number 1, right? So you're going to, it's all ready to go at number 1, do your normal routine, what you saw the video of, and it works absolutely fine. But on the next table, if you want to use it for, let's say, a song reveal, you can have, I don't know, let's say you've got Sven card, not a pads or anything like that, and you're going to use it, or a Sven pad, you can then literally straight away move on to a different routine where they randomly choose one, and now that person will hear their song in their head. So you don't have to go away and change it or anything like that. On the fly, you can change it within literally 5 seconds. It's fantastic. Also, like you said, it's super small, which is fantastic. It's so well made for a start. And I know there's alternatives on the market which are cheaper, but I promise you they are not at this level. Not only the quality that they've been made, but also there's no noise leakage. There's no sort of noise pollution coming out of it, which is such a big point because you can perform this anywhere. And if other people hear anything, then, I mean, it's a pointless routine. Yeah. No one will hear something apart from your person, what you want to hear. Second of all, it's so well made that even if they've got a hood on or thick hair or anything like that, they're still going to hear everything. But it really feels like it's in the middle of their head. It's not like...
It's a weird feeling. Unless
you feel it, you don't realise how good it is. It's like it's in the middle of their head. Also, sorry, last thing, just because it is fantastic, is that you can use this even for like a card reveal. And I know a lot of people think, well, it's expensive for a card reveal. But you just imagine, you have someone shuffle a deck of cards, take out a random card, you don't see that card, okay? You then go to someone else and just merely you say, now I'm going to teach you what it's like to be a magician or to read someone's mind. So pass me your hands, okay, watch. Okay, now for the next 10 seconds, you're going to know what it's to be like a magician. So they put their hands out, your spectator puts their hands out, they touch their hands, you then hear what card they've just chosen, and then they reveal it. All the spotlight's on them. It's just genius. There's so much you can do with it. It's really unbelievable. Fully customizable, easy to adapt to the routines you want to do. You can store a lot on there as well, so you aren't just set to one routine when you go out. You can have up to 6, I think, routines set on there. Yeah, I cannot recommend it enough. I know it's a lot, but it is worth it, without a shadow of a doubt. Yeah.
Honestly, like I said, these things are investments, but they are very good investments, and they're investments that will pay you back tenfold.
No, 100%.
Because they are the type of thing that will get you bookings, that will get you remembered. I can almost guarantee if you speak to any professional magician that's out working in a close-up setting, they will have something from this range, without a doubt. Usually Mini MD and Flux.
Yeah, 100%. And like I said, obviously they are slightly more expensive than other sort of brands on the market. However, the after sales is fantastic. The quality is insane. And I've never had an issue with any of mine.
No.
You know what I mean? I've never had a problem, and I would have 100% trust in them. They're just fantastic. They're so good. Yeah, I mean, there's not really much else to say on them. They're brilliant. They're good for an absolute beginner. They're good for a working professional. They're good for stage workers. They're good for just going down, perform as your mates at family barbecues. It is literally brilliant. And until you actually perform one, you won't understand the power they have. You know, it's not just us saying it. We've had people that come in and they are on the fence for weeks about it. They finally bite the bullet. The next time they're in, they go, I don't know why I didn't get it sooner. I literally don't know why I didn't get it sooner. And even George. George, if you're watching this, that was what talking to you, my friend. But it's killer.
So that's it. That was our ProMystic special. Hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoyed this review show. Now, if you haven't done so already, please like this video and subscribe to our channel and turn your notifications on, because we put new content on our YouTube every single day. And if you'd like to leave us a comment, and we love reading them, please leave one below.
100%, guys. Also, if you're not a member of Unlimited, definitely check that out, because we upload new videos on there every single week. You're going to absolutely love it. Can't wait to see you guys soon.
Brilliant. And one more thing before we finish up. This week, we've got the amazing Mark Spellman's coming to the Academy. If you haven't got your ticket, go grab it now. I think it's still on the early bird price. And next week or the week after, we got the amazing Alec McAleer coming to the Academy as well. And plus, on the 17th, I believe, we have got a special launch night, which is a collaboration with us.
It's a fusion. Yes. It's not it is a product launch, but it's a fusion. It's not it's not your standard
new range of products.
Correct. It's not your classic Alakazam vibe. Better be there.
And it's a bit spooky.
A little bit. Very, very. Very spooky.
We'll see you there. So there's some dates for your diary.